Hi, I'm Sean Carruthers, and welcome to How Do I on Butterscotch.com. In this series, we're taking a look at the Boxee box from D-Link. In this episode specifically, we're going to give you a bit of a hardware overview. First of all, what is the Boxee box? Well, Boxee box is a bit of hardware designed to stream media to your television from the internet or from the files around your house. It is a bit of hardware, in the case of the Boxee box, that is actually designed by D-Link using something called the Boxee software. You may be familiar with the Boxee software as something that you can download and put onto the device of your choice, like a Windows box, a Macintosh, a Linux box. In the case of the Boxee box, it's a bit of hardware, so you don't have to go through all of the installation yourself. You just buy it for about $200, attach it to your television set, and then you're done. No need to sit there installing operating systems and then installing Boxee and then configuring it all to work with your hardware. It's all pretty much ready to go as soon as you pull it out of the box and install it. As you can tell, the design of the Boxee box is a bit offbeat. As opposed to something that's perfectly rectangular or squared off, the Boxee box looks like a cube that's been sunk into a tabletop at a slightly askew angle. Now, that's really funny from an industrial design perspective, and it looks really striking beside your television, although it may give you a bit of troubles in terms of putting things beside it or on top of it. It doesn't stack as nicely as other devices. That said, it does look pretty cool. Now, when you're talking about sides of the Boxee box, it is a little bit subjective because there are some strange angles to this thing. But for something that looks like it could be the top, that's where you'll find the power button. Just press that to turn it on. Off to one side of it, or again slightly on the top, depending on the way you look at it, is a secure digital card slot. When it's turned off, the front panel is blank, but when you turn it on, it actually displays the Boxee logo in green. The bottom of the Boxee box has a green rubberized mat to keep it in place. Now, the real action on the Boxee box is along the back. It's got a place to connect your power brick, has two USB ports for connecting external devices like a keyboard or an external hard drive. It's got an Ethernet port for connecting to your network, although it does have Wi-Fi built in as well so that you can connect wirelessly. For outputs to your TV and multimedia system, it has an HDMI output for connection to the TV. It also has analog audio output, and it has an optical output for higher quality connections. Now, because you're going to be on the couch while you're watching the Boxee box, and it's going to be across the room attached to the television set, you'll need a remote control to actually control your media playback. This is a pretty typical remote for the most part. It's got 4 buttons around the outside of this selector switch for moving up and down through menus. Just press the button in the center when you're ready to make a selection. It's got a play-pause control up at the very top, and it's got a menu button on the very bottom here so that you can go back a menu or get into menu mode. And the nice thing about the Boxee remote is instead of forcing you to up and down and left and right through a bunch of letters on the screen whenever you have to enter text, it actually has a keyboard on the back of the remote as well. It's a QWERTY-style keyboard. Doubles up on a couple of the keys, so you have to actually hit an Alt button to get through some of the characters that you're going to need for input, but it is all there. Now, while this keyboard works just fine for limited text input, if you're going to be doing a lot of input on there, say you're going to be surfing the web or typing in a lot of information, then you may want to actually attach a keyboard or a mouse to the back of the Boxee box. It is, in fact, a little Linux unit that has access to all of the things that a Linux unit does, so like external hard drives, keyboards, mice, all of that sort of thing, which you can attach to the back and use just like you would on a regular computer. Well, that's it for a basic hardware tour of the Boxee box. Don't forget to check out the other parts in the series where we'll set it up and then go through all the various sections in the menu system, show you how to use it. For the show notes on this and the other parts in the series, don't forget to head over to Butterscotch.com.